We are saying happy birthday today to a character actor who has given us memorable performances on the big screen, the little screen, and the stage. Richard Kind was born on this day in 1956.
You may recognize him from the 90s sitcoms Spin City or Mad About You, or the streaming show Only Murders in the Building, and more. He's done voice work, he's worked with the Coen brothers, and in 2008, he came to the Ogunquit Playhouse to star as Nathan Detroit in a production of Guys and Dolls.
So are you angry if I don't see the show?
Of course, I'm angry if all of Maine doesn't see the show. Of course.
How important is it to you that, that there be fannies in the seats?
I'll tell you something, that's a really interesting question. To me personally, I don't care. I'm doing this because I want a nice summer doing a great role in a great play. I do want people to come to the theater. That's the other side of it. I think that people don't go to the theater enough. I think that people stay home and watch TV and click their channels and things go so quickly. And I think children should be made to come to theater and see what it's like to see something go on for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and then there's a scene change so that they can see an arc that takes a decent amount of time, not that takes 2.5 minutes and then they cut away because our brains can't function unless things are changing. So I think theater does have a place in the world.
Do you let your kids watch much television?
They don't watch any commercial TV. No, they usually watch movies we put on DVDs. But they see, my daughter saw plays. I mean, she's seen some productions that I do 20 times. She's seen this already. And they are rapt. I have 4-year-old children and I have a 7-year-old child. I have twins, and the 4-year-old boy was not so rapt. In fact, I took him to see Shout the other day, which was a musical review of 5 women singing 60s songs. And my son, after 25 minutes, goes, "When are the girls going to leave the stage?" So, but my youngest girl was rapt, and of course my 7-year-old, as 7-year-olds will do. I think they would love this show.
Let's go back to how your love for the theater grew. What was the first job you had as an actor where you got paid?
Oh my. I guess it was Surflight Summer Theater, where I did 14 shows in 15 weeks. It was just like this, but we rehearsed during the day for 7 days. And we rehearsed every single day, and it would be a show a week, like Guys and Dolls, then the next week Mame, then Hello Dolly, then Brigadoon. It was something, and we performed every single night, and we performed 6 out of 7 days a week. So we had 1 day off a week, and we worked 7 nights, and I think I got $29 a week plus room and board.
Did you love it?
Oh, I loved it. I loved it. Oh my gosh, I did Tevye and Fiddler on the Roof. I was 22 years old or 21. That I think was really the first job.
At what point did you say to yourself, did you know this is the life for me?
Boy, I don't know whether I made that decision while I was doing theater. See, beforehand, I wanted to be an actor. That was my dream. And it's quite a dream. But the toughest thing to do is give up the dream and quit the business. And I was never tough enough to quit. So I just stayed with it. And I still don't know whether it's the life for me. I don't know whether it's the life for my children, to be the children of an actor. It's tough.
So Richard Kind also has a famous friendship, and as you'll see, Rob wanted to lean on Kind's expertise to settle a personal matter.
You're famously friends with George Clooney.
Mm-hmm.
Have worked with him on projects before, mm-hmm. Confessions of a Dangerous Mind and so forth. Have you guys got anything that you hope to do in the future?
No, he's got a great movie that's coming out in October called Men Who Stare at Goats. Men Who Stare at Goats. I better get it right. And then he's going to go off and do a movie in Italy So that I keep wondering, is it a great movie? Is it a great script? Or did he can go to Como and relax? I don't know what his motives are.
He's shooting a movie in the area that was devastated by the earthquake. He's going to be doing some shooting
That's
there
right.
as an effort
That's
to
the movie I'm
help
talking
that
about.
area
Yes.
out a bit.
Yeah, in fact, he just did a fundraiser there with Bill Murray and raised some money because they were hit by the earthquake. So,
Here's a question that there's no way I can ask it without sounding like a fatuous nitwit, but I'll ask it anyway.
so now you're starting?
Because I've been there
Okay.
before. This would not be a new experience for me. Over the years, people have told me on numerous occasions
That you actually look like Nick Clooney. What, did you like George?
Nick being George's father.
Yes. Have people said you look like Nick, or they say you look like George?
They say happily that I look like George, Richard.
You look like Nick. You do. You look like Nick. You really do. But, okay, but George looks like Nick, so if A equals B and B equals C, then A equals C. So, therefore, if you look like Nick and Nick looks like George, then A equals B equals C. So, yes, you do look like George Clooney, if that's what you want to hear.
I'm not sure I followed your equation, but I think I'm in okay company.
I will say this. Adam Arkin has also been told he looks like George, and I think you look like Adam Arkin. So A equals B equals C equals D. So there you go.
They lost me in the math too, but I think the final answer is yes. Rob Caldwell is Maine's George Clooney.
I think George Clooney looks like Rob Caldwell.
There you go. He's the real OG.